So first tasting of this amazing trip. I just arrived, it's gorgeous, and this is Cape Point. First tasting out of the 70 that I will do in 3 weeks. I'm so excited. First wine. So the difference between these two will be the winemaking process. Use more barrel in that one than that one.
The difference in this process is that you've tasted the tank fermented Sauvignon.
Yes.
Beautiful fruitiness in the wine. Reserve and Isla come from the mid slope where the soils tend to have more granite and it's poorer soils. Both these wines are barrel fermented and we only use 600 litre barrels of French oak, and both of them have semule, but they come from different blocks on the farm.
Okay. Wow.
Here on the right hand side we've got a block that goes into the reserve. We've got a little patch here that's got a lot of granite and that just produces excellent wines. This is what we put into Isla.
Isle, okay.
Yes.
So this is the Isle vineyard, and the stone, I mean, it looks a bit rocky, and there is like iron on the floor. Ironish.
Yes, we've got a lot of rocks in this area, and the soils are quite poor. And then that is Noordhoek Beach.
Which
Over there.
beach?
North. This whole stretch there is the Noordhoek
Beach. Oh yes. 3 weeks?
Maybe 3.5. I'll let you know.
Sure.
You say 3, I say 3.5, and then you see who's going to be right.
Well, you're the expert of me.
If you're right, then.
Ja, ja, aber Steenburgen is the oldest farm, and we are with Klein Constantia and Constantia. We are the oldest wine farm. I can smell it now, the coffee. So we're just roasting. Yeah, we're just roasting.
And I saw you make oil as well.
No, that I buy from Klein Constantia.
Oh, okay,
But
it's
they
not
make
you.
oil.
Okay.
All my oil, all my olive trees, or most of my olive trees, were eaten up by the monkeys.
Oh no!
Take that one.
Sure. Si donc en route pour Klein Constantia, le prochain testing de la journée. This is the bush.
So what happens then later on when the berries start getting riper? First of all, we let them down, and then we take the leaves away in the middle.
Okay.
So the leaves on the outside protects from sunburn, and then the sun radiates inside to dry the berries, because we pick this as raisins. With no botrytis, it's just old raisin. I will show you a picture later on. It's just a raisin, and we pick berry by berry. So that's False Bay, so that's the Indian Ocean. That's where you've been surfing.
Yeah.
Stellenbosch would be sort of 10 o'clock that way.
Okay.
Behind the mountain, you have Hout Bay and Camps Bay. Feel the temperature difference here now.
That's cooler.
It is really very cool. They eat the buds and they eat the berries, but they also cause a lot of havoc. And the second enemy I have is the wind.
No.
Especially when the budding is happening. It's not, say, October. We have a lot of strong winds and it breaks the buds, which means I get no grapes. c'est le processus qui est vraiment très fin. Et la couleur est magnifique, mais aussi l'extraction est très très fine. We would only use gravity by second. We use barriques, and you can see all these glass partitions. So I can, if I want to do malolactic, I can close off and all that.
Thank you.
This is, again, it's an old way of aging than Constance. So when we have opened up old bottles and analyzed, we were feeling. We're gonna hop out. We gotta walk from here.
Great. I can roll all the way down.
I'm going to get the door for you. It's quite slippery, so when you get out, just be careful. It is quite, quite slippery.
Thank you.
Welcome. To walk around maybe this side.
The wind speed is so high, but we're about 11 kilometers from the sea. When we go higher, you can actually see the sea.
Okay.
But what it does for us is it makes it very cool. So if you were in a farm in Stellenbosch, or were you going tomorrow, or not tomorrow, the next day, it might be 35 degrees. Here it would be about 17, 18 degrees. And we also at 400 meters above sea level, so you lose 1 degree of centigrade for every 100 meters that you're up.
Whole bunch pressed, and Sauvignon Blanc is tank fermented. So
I'm scared.
Are you tired?
Jet lag.
You fly Emirates or?
Yeah, Emirates via Dubai.
That's an old flight.
Yeah.
We won't stay too long in here because it's ready.
Yes. So it's ready for harvest, I believe.
Yeah, we're ready for harvest.
Hello everyone. So for that first day of tasting on the 9th of January 2017, I went to a wine region called Constantia, which is pretty small, which is about 500 hectares only. And I started early morning with a vineyard called Qui-suis-je, and I met up with a lady called Regardez. It was so cool to meet up with another lady wine lover, and I tasted all their whites. They do not produce any red over there, but they're special cuvée. And it's true that in blind tasting I would have been very confused. I would have mistaken that almost with Chenin Blanc because of this really high acidity, and also because of that coins that is really typical, even though I don't like to use that term for Chenin Blanc usually, but they are far away from the grassy and green type of aroma that we find too often in Sauvignon Blanc. So I was really impressed. I really enjoyed. Then I went to the other side of the island to meet up with Lard, the director, winemaker of that farm, which is called, very difficult name to pronounce, Buitenverwachting. And in US they call it beyond expectation because it's what it means in African. I really enjoy Sauvignon Blanc, especially what they call the entry cuvée ones. It was excellent value for money, very fresh, very crispy, not green at all. So it was nice discovery. For the reds, it's a bit different. I guess I will have to test them again and again and to wait for them because it was really tight, really big, really, some of them extracted. But after getting in age, it tends to change profile. So it will be very interesting to test more of those wines later on. Then I met up with Hans from Klein, Constantia, and I had the chance to test all their whites and their 2 reds, plus the reds that they make in Stellenbosch as well, and of course the vin de Constance. I particularly enjoyed their Klein Constantia Peder Block Sauvignon Blanc 2016, but what I like really much is definitely their red estate red Klein Constantia. I tried the 2014, 2015. 15 is big, huge, massive tannins, but they are pretty fleshy, generous and juicy. So, and then I had the chance to try as well the Annie Wilka, and I tried it on 2013 and 2015. It's from Stellenbosch, so much warmer weather. I prefer the 2015, but 2015 you really need to eat to enjoy that one, because the tannins are like square and big muscle, like a big guy. And then the Klein Constantia Vin de Constance, the famous sweet wine. It's not a Directrice noble rots process. It's a late harvest. They could do noble rots, but they don't. So the grapes of that wine is Muscat Petit Grain. They call it here Muscat de Frontignan. And what was very interesting about that wine is that I've got the umami feeling. It's like saltiness and sweetness. In Constantia, they have got a strong influence from the ocean. In fact, 2 oceans are meeting each other there. So strong wind, a salty wind, and you can feel it because in that wine it was salty and sweet. It's like salty caramel, you know, that feeling of it's sweet but salty, it's umami. It was delicious. For the last tasting of the day, so I met up with Peter Stewart from Eagle's Nest. The wind was super strong. It was really cold. I was not expecting to feel cold in South Africa. How wrong I was about this country. So they plant a Syrah, Viognier, and the way their vineyards is planted really remind me of Côte-Rôtie. And I tried their Constantia Sauvignon Blanc, their Viognier. They are very proud of their Viognier, and also their Merlot 2013 and Syrah 2014. The Syrah 2014, I really found into it the white pepper aroma. And the tannins were very silky, round, and elegant. I was not expecting that. So it was pretty powerful on the nose, pretty rich with all these pepper aromas. And on the body structure, the tannins was pretty soft and round. The Viognier, at first, 2016, when I tasted it, I was like, oh, it's a bit close, I don't feel much, but they were so proud of it. So, and then the winemaker, after a few minutes, like 15 minutes, he gave me back a glass and he said, taste it now. And when I tasted it, I was like, wow, the profile has changed completely. And it was the Viognier, apricot, acacia kind of nose with a round, generous body structure, but much more higher in acidity than any Viognier you will find in northern part of Rhone Valley. Very good discovery, very nice people. Thank you, and then see you later.